I should say that 2022 for myself has been a good year. But I should also say that my personal thinking is that Namibia has done well. That is because of post-COVID-19. And today we will be touching on various things regarding the country's economy, how the country is actually really done post-COVID-19. This is EconoChat. Let's talk business with Mr. Daniel Steinman, and I am waiting for him to say something in regards to what I just said. Mr. Daniel Steinman, do welcome yourself and welcome the listeners.
Thank you, Elsie. And as always, I'm very welcome here.
Yeah.
Never a doubt in my mind. I actually look forward to my weekly engagement on the air.
Yes.
But if you talk about growth, like everything in economics, you always have to go look at the history.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it's a very short history. Unfortunately, it's a very unstable history.
Also.
So in 2020, the economy imploded by about 8.1%. It's the official figure. Many people think it's more, but we work on 8.1%. So what happens now is that everything got smaller by 8.1%. The economy wasn't growing slower, it was shrinking. It was not growing at all. It was getting smaller.
Yeah.
Now, this is crisis for any country. The only thing that was sort of in our favor is the fact that we were not alone in this boat.
Yeah.
It was not a typical Namibian phenomenon or Southern African or even African. It was worldwide. So everybody was affected by the big economic reset.
Yes.
And there's no other way that you can describe it. So I'm a little bit later in our talk today, I'll be coming to a concept that we call the base effect.
Okay.
And then I'll explain it in more detail.
Okay.
But in 2019, we set a very low base because everything got smaller. So in 2021, the economy certainly expanded. There was growth, and it was estimated at about 2.2%. But I can guarantee you now that figure will be adjusted in the following 2 or 3 years as we get more and more economic data in. And then for this year, which is now sort of the watershed year, the initial projection by the Bank of Namibia was for 3.7%. Then they downgraded that in August to 3.2%. And then about 2 weeks ago, they upgraded that again to 3.9%. Now, this may sound to non-technical people or people that are not economists, it may sound like a wishy-washy approach. One day we say, no, this is what,
and the
next day we downgrade it, and we did it too much, so let's upgrade it again. This is the way that forecasting works. Because forecasting, when you work with the future, you have to be very modest. You must not assume too much, and you have to use a specific model to prevent this up and down. But every time that you run that same model, you put in new variables. So the computer spits out a different answer. If you do this modeling with modern powerful computers, it easily does 1 million runs, 1 million potential scenarios in a few minutes. It's mind-boggling how it can calculate, and it changes the program. It changes one parameter by itself for every run. So you get what we call a spaghetti plume. It's like a graph that's a bit drunk. It goes in all directions. So if you run a million of these strings and you get a big plume, it sort of crystallizes out which way the economy is going, if you take a lot of variables into consideration. Now we come to the question, why downgrade from 3.7 to 3.2 and then upgrade again from 3.9? And the reason is pure statistical.
Okay, just hold that thought, Mr. Daniel Steinman. Let's quickly go for a short break, and when we return, we're probably going to get into how the Bank of Namibia actually came to the decision of, raising, or should I say raising? I don't think it's the right term. Adjusting to 3.9. But let's go for a musical break.